barking frantically toward the tracks. Suddenly, it leaped down and pulled its owner off the rails just as a high-speed train was pulling into the station. Faced with this sudden emergency, the driver slammed on the brakes, but due to the train's momentum, tragedy struck. The next day, Paul finally managed to compose himself and return to work. A man waiting for the train suffered a sudden heart attack and collapsed onto the tracks. And so, in just 2 short days, Paul had taken 2 lives. Yet instead of consoling him, his colleagues envied him intensely. Company policy dictated that if a train driver killed 3 people in a single month, they would be fired and receive a lump sum compensation equal to 10 years' salary. Returning home, Paul's mind was consumed by this news. He had long grown weary of the monotonous life of a train driver and yearned to switch careers to become a novelist. This seemed his best chance for a fresh start. Thus, Paul resolved to take proactive measures, scouring the world for someone willing to jump onto the tracks for him. When he spotted an elderly man who could barely walk, Paul excitedly approached him, pleading for his assistance. But the old man was so enraged he seemed decades younger. The old man furiously waved his cane at Paul, forcing him to abandon his plan and seek another target. That very night, Paul encountered a man contemplating suicide. Paul rushed over and grabbed him. After all, this was 10 years' worth of wages at stake. They headed to a pub where Paul laid out the situation and promised the man £2,000 to enjoy one last night before dying. But when Paul woke up the next morning, the homeless man, Tony, had vanished. Paul cursed himself for being such an idiot. Fortunately, Tony hadn't fled. He'd rented a car, intending to see his wife and daughter one last time looking his best. To prevent Tony from vanishing again, Paul accompanied him on the journey home. But late that night, Tony slipped Paul into a luxurious mansion.